Welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to drill some crinoids using a rotary tool. So first of all, these are crinoids. These are Missouri State fossil. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about crinoids here. According to Wikipedia, the crinoids are marine animals. They're actually plant animals, and they belong to the phylum Echinodermata and the class Crinoidea. They are an ancient fossil group that first appeared in the seas of the mid-Cambrian about 300 million years before dinosaurs. They flourished in the Paleozoic and Mesozoic eras, and some survive into the present day. Oh, let me see if I can fix that real quick. Hold on just a second while I adjust. Let's see here. We want that notifications down. There we go. Let me fix that real quick. Open. Turn down notifications and leave the volume up. Okay, there we go. Hopefully you can still hear me. All right, so let me show you some pictures of what crinoids look like when they were alive. These are some of the crinoids that they have pictures of today. They actually are related to and have evolved into the feather star. And they are also known as a sea lily. The fossils are often found in limestone. So we're dealing with some pretty hard material here. See, here we have there's a picture of some right there. Some different shapes and sizes. And they can get rather large. The ones we have here, you can see some of them, these stems, these are some stem segments that I've already drilled. And you can see how big they can get, just about as big as our finger. I think they can get even bigger than that too. So anyways, these ones are all already pre-drilled. And now that I've got the hang of it pretty good, I'm going to show you what I'm doing here. So this first bit that I was using is a 1mm bit. So if you can see the size of that bit, it is pretty small, but it's still large. So it is making rather large holes in the crinoids. Oh, I may have drilled this one with an 1/8. Let's see if that'll go through. Maybe. Yeah, okay, so that's a 1mm hole right there. And that's a pretty good size hole. That works good for the larger ones. But I've switched down to an 1/8. This is an 1/8 millimeter. They're sort of set up for a Dremel tool or rotary tool, so these are the 0.8s. And you can see they're very, very tiny. But I have even smaller than that. I have 0.5s here too. So these are for the even smaller. And I haven't worked with these at all yet. I've been working with the 1/8. Started with the 1mm and then moved on to the 1/8. And I'm going to go ahead and switch bits because this one, I think I've gotten most of the diamond dust has come off of it. Hi, Jessie. How are you? So good to see you. Haven't seen you forever, friend. Hope everybody's doing good. So I'm getting ready to switch this bit out. So I'm going to push this button here, and I'm going to unscrew this to get that bit out of there. Yes, it has been a while. I went over to your page not too long ago and checked, but I didn't see anything new. Hoping everybody's doing good. I'm going to go ahead and set that one aside and get a brand new one. So there's my brand new bit, and each of these bits they're encrusted with diamonds, which help them cut through a variety of materials. So we're just going to go ahead and drop that back in there. Then you hold that down and tighten it up. Yeah, I haven't done videos for, shoot, probably a year. But I thought I'd get on here and do this because I was looking the other day to see if anybody had any videos of anyone drilling crinoids. I was trying to learn to do it myself and couldn't find anybody doing it. I was able to find one guy out there that was making some, a bracelet out of some that he found in his creek. But those were ones that already had holes, which I have some like that. This whole jar is full of crinoids that had their own, that the holes were already there when I found them. And you can see most of them are really flat. They're also kind of, some of them are kind of brittle. So they're neat still and would probably make a really cool bracelet, like he was saying. But I want to get some of these long segments, so that's what I'm after today. Now, the spot that we found these, we found quite a few, and we actually found a whole bunch of other fossils there too. So in this area, there's everything from shells to coral and shark teeth. Let's see if I can see what I got here. So some of them are just really random. There's a shark tooth right there. See? And then there's a lot of these types of shells in there too. A lot of shells in the area. And I don't really pick them up too often, but every once in a while I'll find a really nice specimen and just end up bringing it home in our in the stuff that we've picked. It's like some plant material there. Yeah, really cool. Homesteading? Ooh, that would be really cool. You should do that. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting fossil pieces in this one. But that's a whole nother thing. So now that I'm getting into the, oh, there's another shark tooth right there. I'm gonna have to move that into that other container. So now that I'm getting into the smaller ones, I've had to get a little more technical. And I may have to start moving on to the smaller bit now that I'm getting better at it. We'll see how it goes. But in any case, let's see. Go back to that chat. Just reading your chat real quick, Jesse. Oh, making your own butter? Nice. That's awesome. Very cool. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick out one that looks like it'll be a good prospect for drilling. Now, some of them, of course, will go a lot faster than others. Here's a little one. Look at this little bitty one. You see that? So that one may actually be better for a smaller bit. So let me see. I'm going to pass on that one and move to a different one. Let's try. Here's a small one. This is one of the stars. These are usually top pieces. I don't know if you can see that. Hopefully you can kind of see what I'm doing. All right, I'm gonna get this water here, and this is really important with these diamond bits. If you don't use water, the diamonds will just come right off of the bit, and then you're left with just metal, and it doesn't do much good. So the Dremel or rotary tool here that I'm using only has 3 speeds. I have it on number 1 speed, just the first speed there, and it's still pretty fast. So I'm going to turn it on. You can hear it's going to get going pretty good. Alright, now you can see there's kind of like a center point already. So I'm going to go after that center point, but I've got to have it in the water. So I'm going to dunk it in the water a bit. And try to get this so you guys can see it too. Alright, here we go. It looks dangerous. Don't be scared. got to get a little pilot hole in there. And then I usually will do one on the other side too. This one's already going through. So I'm going to flip it over and then kind of ream the other side. And it's already through. Hear that? And that one's done. So I'll move on to another one. Let's see if I can find one that's going to be a little more difficult. This one is longer. We'll try this one. Half of it is getting a good position here too. Hi, Spirit in the Sky Blue. How are you? So I'm going to get it in a decent position here and then drive that pilot hole. Kind of moving it in and out helps too because you're getting the water inside it, keeping the water on that bit so that it doesn't get too hot and burn up those diamonds. I'm on the other side now. I just automatically flip it. I need to tell you what I'm doing more. Sorry about that. Okay, so did a pilot hole on this side, flipped over, working on a pilot hole on the other side. Once you get that pilot hole, it's a little bit easier to be more confident. And you're kind of just going in and out, letting that water down in there. Gonna flip it over to the other side, work on that other side again. There, I think it just went through. So one thing is that I've noticed that's helpful is to go from one side and the other side. If you try to just push straight through or like maybe put this on a drill press, what's going to happen is it's going to bust out the other side. So when you get that pressure and it hits that other side, it'll fracture the crinoids. Like, I'm going to show you in a second one that I did fracture that way so you can see what it looks like when you bust it. And the reason it does that is just because the pressure coming out the other side. Alright. Can't believe we got that one all the way through. So once you get them through, then it's just kind of like reaming it to make sure that you got enough room so that when you do go back and use the string, you'll be able to finish it without it being too wonky. If it's too wonky in there, it's going to cut your string when you go ahead and string it up. All right, I'm looking back at the chat too, guys. Let's see. Yeah, been doing wonderful. Good to see you too. So good to see you both. Thank you for smashing the like for me. I really appreciate it. So, okay, so that one's done. Let me show you one that I broke. Okay, so the other day, I just broke one. Which one was that? Let me see. Ah, there's a piece of it right there. I guess it was a really small one. So, I don't know if you can see that. Do you see it? It's just really, yeah, I'm catching a little glint of that. Because the reason that they glint like that is because they're crystallized. So these fossils are no longer the plant animal that they once were. They've now become crystals. So, yeah. Anyways, that one put too much pressure on it and it just blew out the side. So That's what happens when you do that. Now, you can go back and take a grinder and then grind that down, grind that sharp edge down, and you would have a smaller bead, but still a nice bead anyway. So let's see. Let's do a couple more, and then we'll quit. Just wanted to give you guys kind of an idea, and just wanted to get a video out there because I feel like there's no videos really showing you how to do this. And it is something that you kind of have to build confidence on too. Like when I first started, of course, it was real slow going, and I broke several bits trying to dry drill first too. Should have had it in the water. Alright, so here we go. This one, gonna do that test hole, pilot hole. See, and the lifeblood of the crinoid actually flowed through the center, so that actually makes it kind of easy to drill. There's a natural hole there already. Just a matter of getting the drill through it. Again, I flipped it over. I'm on the other side already. Oh, it's already through. You can kind of feel it when it pops through that other side too. Alright, let's see what else. Here's another wedgie one. These ones are fast to drill. Just like a little wheel. Through that one too. Alright. So now this one is longer, and as you can see, let's look and see. So you can see how much the diamond is right there. That's about that much. So if I push this, it's really gonna be close. It'll be just barely long enough to get through that. You see what I'm saying? It goes about halfway. So we're gonna give it a shot though. Let's see what we can do. Open back over again. Okay, now because this is such a long piece, gonna be careful right there in the middle because I know it's gonna go through soon, but we don't want to press too hard, otherwise we're gonna break it. So, gently. Flipping it over again. And we're through. You really just feel it when it follows right, when it goes right through, you can feel it moving. And it's through. Cool, huh? So, let me see. 21 minutes, 22 minutes or so to show you how to drill some holes in some crinoids. Anyway, yeah, that's how it works. So, water gets pretty dirty. And when the water gets real dirty, you gotta clean it out again so you can see what you're doing. But you can see a lot of that inner lime that's coming out of those stones.